Hello folks, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm currently flying in the HP Reverb G2. You're looking at the mirror image, and if you're wondering how I'm recording it, I'll show you right now, look. See? That's how I'm doing it, look, with the Mixed Reality Portal mirror image. And that is why it won't look as sharp, and it might look a bit stuttery on the mirror image, but trust me, in the headset, it is beautifully smooth, and that is because I'm using motion reprojection, something I harp on about all the time, I know, and I appreciate that some people don't like it. But here's the thing, right, at the moment I'm using a special prop mod, so any artifacts that I see, you will see because I'm using the mirror. That's another reason why I'm using it today. And I don't see anything, no prop tearing at all. In fact, the Caravan is a really good aircraft to use in motion reprojection mode for many reasons. One, because you've got an amazing view outside. I mean, look at this view. I mean, you're going to see it as a 2D image, but for me, I'm inside this aircraft and I've got such an incredible panoramic view of the terrain. And because it's in MR mode, I'm looking at the ground and everything is super smooth. At the moment I'm using DLSS at quality because I find actually at quality it's improved a little bit. I can read most of the gauges, and with that, even recording, I should be getting a locked 30 frames per second. A lot of you guys which have issues with motion reprojection and artifacts, it's because your frame rate is too low and it's running it at a quarter of the resolution, a quarter of the frame rate of the Reverb G2, which will be 22.5. I'm running at a third at 30 frames per second. That means I need one less fake frame than you would need for 22.5. The upshot of that is that you get less wobbly effects. They're still there sometimes, folks. I mean, if I do this, there's a slight bit of wobbling. But really, why would you be panning around that erratically unless you're looking for imperfections? And this is my point really about VR in general. It's not perfect, guys, but it's such an incredible experience flying an aircraft in VR that it's worth all of those little imperfections. So don't look for them, just enjoy the experience. And motion reprojection for me is essential when I'm flying a VFR like this, or I'm doing like a display in, say, the Fly9 Spitfire or the Just Flight Hawk, which I'm planning to do later on actually, because this is my first full day of flying in VR. FS Academy really does take your flight sim knowledge to the next level. In fact, you'll be greeted by a real pilot and instructor which will guide you through a series of different training exercises, from a GA pilot all the way up to being a full airline captain. In these tutorials, you'll get real bespoke sort of instructions, and it will really feel like the pilot is right there beside you. You'll be surprised how much knowledge you'll pick up, even if you're a seasoned veteran like me, or if you're just starting out. There is definitely a training package for you. I'll have links in the description below where you can find FS Academy, and I highly recommend that you give it a go, and it's why they are sponsoring this video. That scenery is absolutely beautiful. This is the Yorkshire Dales. We're just heading to Newcastle. So I really do think that some people just need to embrace the technology, but it's really important to tune your system. I'm just taking the RPMs back because my ITT is a little high there. And I have to think about this because this, by the way, is the black square Cessna Caravan. It's been completely reworked, updated, to the point where every single system, the engine simulation, the turbine simulation as well, has all been reworked. This is basically a study level bird now, and you get that for the price of what, about 20 quid. I've been looking at the manual. In fact, I'll show you it here. Look at the manual for this. It's incredible. It's like 70 pages long, and I've been reading some of this and just enjoying the fact that this is just the most incredible rendition of any Caravan you'll see in this sim to date. And if that's your thing, I mean, even each sort of analog gauge has been modelled upon the real Cessna Caravan. Okay, in fact, nothing is in this that has not been sort of modelled from the real aircraft. And even say the GTN 750, that's all integrated within here. Even the weather radar works as well. It's a beautiful rendition. Honestly, I've been enjoying it for the past couple of days now, getting to know everything about this model. It feels totally different from the default bird. In fact, it makes the default aircraft look really arcadey in comparison, without a doubt. So really folks, that's kind of it for this video. I thought I'd just show you a little bit of this Cessna Caravan. You'll see more of it on the channel because I friggin' love it. Now that I have to check the gauges, make sure that I'm doing everything correctly, it really is amazing. And you know, for those study level birds and those of you that really want that realism, this is it right here. But also, in terms of motion reprojection, I know it's a bit of a sticky subject, but for me, I'll always prefer motion reprojection for these sorts of flying. I'm really, you know, it's such a shame that the VARJO AERO does not have it, and that is why I still love the Reverb G2 so much. I don't know what it's going to look like on the mirror image, guys, but trust me, it is absolutely butter smooth with MR enabled. In fact, if you don't know how to do it, I'll just put on the screen now how to do it. Simple, it's the OpenXR development tool. Make sure it's just set to automatic. Preview mode is on because the latest OpenXR update has improved motion reprojection. And while I'm at it, the OpenXR toolkit, well, I'm not using it anymore, folks. I don't really like it at the moment. It's not really, I don't like the scaling. I prefer DLSS because the frame rate boost is massive and I'm getting a locked 30. As soon as I stop recording, I'm getting a locked 45 frames per second. Anyway folks, I'm going to continue on to Newcastle. That is the reason why I still love motion reprojection and I favour the Reverb G2 for this sort of flying, where I'm kind of low to the ground and enjoying all the splendour that this sim can give me. And if you are very serious about your simming, particularly if you love the Caravan, I would highly recommend you pick up the Black Square Simulations sort of study level version of this bird. You can even set up failures. Obviously you've got to make sure that all your systems are working correctly. The turbine simulation means that you'll get hot starts, sort of failures and everything. It really completely transforms the way you fly because you have to think about how you're flying. You don't just pin the throttles and off you go. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so I'll see you again very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.